another of those brutal murders which must be chalked up to the new collection racket. During the past few months, hundreds of thousands of dollars have been poured into their pockets as a result of their outlawry and intimidation.
The collection racket is a public menace. The state is ready to cooperate to the fullest extent to drive these men out of business.
Insofar as the Bureau of Criminal Investigation is concerned, since these racketeers have in 2 instances violated federal statutes, it is our intention to wipe them out exactly as we wiped out the lottery racket, numbers racket, and other public menaces.
With the complete cooperation of your various officers, gentlemen, we'll nip this new racket in the bud.
You sure that isn't a bad steer?
Quite sure.
Okay. Who was that, Marvin?
I didn't see who it was.
And we'll call for you at 8 now, don't forget.
You'd better be there on time, too.
Okay.
Hello? Mr. Marvin's just busy now. Call later, please, will you? Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Marvin, I'll call the police.
Operator, get me the police.
Attention, all cars. Special bulletin, number 6.
Joe, Miles and that new kid are on their way up. They ought to be here any minute.
Good. I want to talk to them.
You shouldn't ought to never do that. It arouses my reflex.
Sure. Happy's dangerous when he's around.
Okay, go ahead and have your fun. But if you happen to be accidentally blemished, don't blame me for not being able to control my reflex.
Come on, get down to business.
That must be them now.
Rat.
Now, go on and squawk.
I didn't know this was a racket. It isn't fair. I didn't want to get mixed up in anything like this.
Shut up.
Wait a minute, Mr. Travis. Don't you see I...
Take it easy, Happy. Plenty of time for that.
Please, Mr. Travis. Give me a chance. If you don't let me talk.
You'll talk when and how I tell you to.
I've got to get out of this. Honest, I do. I can't go on.
Didn't I tell you to shut up?
I won't shut.
Didn't he tell you to shut up?
Now tell me what happened.
Well, it was like this, Joe. I asked Marvin for the 5 G's and he handed me an argument. I told him we don't cash in on arguments, so what does he do but reach for the drawer? I figure he's pulling a rod, so let him have it.
I ought to let you have it. Give me your gun.
Why? You told me to collect or else.
That guy had it coming, Joe.
Yeah. You ought to heard the howl he put up to me and Louie.
Coming right after the one last week, I'm afraid we're going to have trouble.
I was only carrying out your orders.
Anybody see you?
I don't think so. Oh, if it hadn't been for that punk over there,
Will you listen to me just a minute? Please let me tell you what I want to. Let me go. Honest, I thought this was a legitimate collection company. I've never been mixed up in anything crooked before. I'll keep my mouth shut. I promise I will.
Sure. You'll keep your mouth shut even if we don't let you go.
Locke, you borrowed $5 grand.
But I'd have paid it back.
When we take over accounts, we expect them to be paid back.
But you raised it to 10,000. I wasn't going to pay you double, and besides, I didn't have the money.
You were warned about our terms, Locke. I thought you were a pretty level-headed kid. When you asked me for a job to help you pay off, I gave you a chance.
Oh, I know you did, Mr. Travis. But I'd have gotten the money for you somehow.
Debt is canceled. Too late. There is no getting out.
You can't pin anything on me. I didn't murder anybody.
But you know who did. That's why you're sticking.
So you...
Nice work, Happy. This gun was found on the scene of today's unfortunate affair. Just in case. I don't think Mr. Locke will be showing good judgment if he does any talking from now on.
That's mine.
Toby Locke and Judith Avery. Coney Island, July 4th.
What a Farino.
Not bad.
Let me see it. Might come in handy.
You leave her out of this.
Why?
She's the girl I'm going to marry.
Oh, it is. Yes? Okay. The Dicks are on the way up. Clean out everybody.
Just a minute, you. What's your hurry?
We wasn't going any place.
Come on, you two. Come on. Get away from that door. Go on, get out. Go on.
Listen, boys. Don't talk. I'll have you back here in half an hour.
That's what you think. Oh, come on, boy. Come on.
Ed, get me Twitchett immediately.
And that's all you do when you make these collections?
Yeah, that's all.
Well, that'll be all for you today, Mr. Bedelio. Locke.
Yes, sir.
You're a collector for the Secura Loan and Finance Company?
Yes, sir.
You work today?
No, sir.
Why not?
Have you charged this man with any crime?
Not yet.
You know, you're not required to answer any of these questions.
He'd better answer them, or he may spend some time as a guest of the city.
I'd have him out on bail 5 minutes after you arrested him.
Oh, no. Perhaps in 48 hours you might, but I doubt it. Where were you this morning?
Riding around?
Alone?
No, sir. I was with a friend.
If that checks, it'll make it a lot easier for you. What's his name?
It was a girl.
Well, let's have her name.
I can't see any sense in bringing a lot of innocent people into this investigation.
Marvin wasn't guilty of anything either, was he? If you're telling me the truth, you haven't anything to worry about.
Nevertheless, I feel
I'm
that...
going to get the murder of George Marvin. If you're not involved, talk, and talk fast. What's that girl's name?
Judith Avery.
Where does she live?
724 Jerome Street.
I want Judith Avery brought in here tomorrow morning before 10 o'clock.
She'll be here, sir.
Seems to me you're carrying this with a mighty high hand. Your witnesses weren't able to identify either Bedelio or Locke. But Locke was scared to death. He had to do something to try to save his neck.
I thought you didn't want that girl mixed up in this.
I couldn't help myself. I didn't know what I was saying.
Applesauce.
If we let them question her tomorrow, we're getting ourselves into a lot of trouble. What'll we do?
What are you asking me for? You're the mouthpiece. What do you think I'm paying you for?
I know, Joe, but...
This investigation has to be stopped. Do you hear me? It has to be stopped.
What was that?
Listen, Smiles. This lock investigation has to be stopped.
But how are we going to stop it?
Listen, Joe. If this Avery girl couldn't talk...
But you're not thinking of...
What are you going to do?
I'll fix it so she can't talk. Get Judith Avery on the phone. Get Judith Avery on the phone.
No. I'll keep still. I'll do anything you say. Honest, I will. But don't do anything to her.
What's the idea?
You leave it to me. I said get Judith Avery on the phone.
Palisade 21503.
Oh, just a minute and I'll see. Telephone for you, Judy. It's Toby Locke. Shall I tell him you're out?
Don't start that again, please, Rita.
I can't understand what you see in him.
Hello? Yes? In half an hour? I don't understand. It's important? You must see me? All right. Where? I'll be there.
Are you going to meet him?
Yes.
Don't you think you're being a little foolish?
No?
Judy, I've never interfered with any of your affairs before, have I?
I haven't yours either.
But if you listen to me this once, I'll promise never to again.
I can't, Rita.
Why?
There's nothing wrong with Toby, and anyhow, he loves me.
How do you know?
He's asked me to marry him often enough.
It's stupid to say I'm trying to do what's best for you, but I hope you're not going to do something you're going to be sorry about.
I won't.
With this ring I thee wed, with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
With this ring, I thee wed, and with all my worldly goods, I thee endow.
Then by virtue of the authority vested in me to perform the marriage ceremony for this county and state, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Ain't that too beautiful?
$2, please, and tax.
You'll get paid. Compliments to the little bride from the Secure Loan and Finance Company. Honesty's the best policy.
That's so nice of you.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, Toby, why did you keep it all a secret?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, you two. Now that our little surprise party is over, you can go. Happy and I have got to talk to the judge a minute.
Come on, darling.
Thank you very much. Would you gentlemen like some iced tea and sandwiches?
Oh, no, thank you.
I'll take lemonade.
Very well, sir.
Now that it's all over as far as you and me is concerned, why did Joe pull this wedding?
Listen, stupid. Don't you know that a wife can't be forced to testify against her husband?
Well, what do you know about that? I'll bet that's why so many guys marry their stenographers.
Why, what's the matter, Toby?
Judith, I'm not going with you.
Not going with me?
Look, Judith, we're alone now. There's no use pretending anymore.
Pretending? I don't understand. What do you mean, Toby?
Just this. We're not really married at all. It's just a joke, you see.
You don't know what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying. You've got to listen to me.
But I love you, Toby.
And I thought I loved you, too. But I don't. Really, I don't.
You're lying.
Why don't you believe me?
You did love me.
What if I did? I don't love you now.
Have I done something wrong?
No.
But I don't understand. If you don't love me, why did you marry me?
Oh, what difference does it make?
Then you didn't want to marry me?
Oh, Judith, stop arguing. I told you we're all washed up. Let it go at that.
And I thought we were going to be so happy. I'd made up my mind to live every moment. Just to be a good wife. It's all so sudden. So confusing. There's just nothing now.
Judith! I don't love you now. That's what I love you. But I don't. Really, I don't. No, I'm not. I know what I'm saying. You've got to listen to me. And that's everything I say. Oh, what difference does it make? You just stop arguing. I told you we're all washed up. Let it go at that.
Dr. Mitchell.
Good morning. And how are you this morning?
Much better, Doctor.
Good morning, Miss Pelham.
Good morning, Dr. Mitchell.
How's the patient?
Still giving everyone a lot of trouble. What is it?
Bit fast. Just a moment, please. I must have left it in my bag. Would you mind getting my thermometer, please?
Not at all.
Thank you. I'll wheel you in the shade.
I don't mind this, sir.
Too much is just as bad as not enough. You know, this will never do, young lady.
you don't try to help yourself, you're going to be in a wheelchair for a long time.
The way things are, I really don't mind.
You're not going to let an automobile crack up wreck your life.
Well, it's something that happened before that.
I understand. You were delirious the first few days, and, well, you more or less talked about everything you ever did. I tried hard not to listen.
Did I mention my marriage?
Yes. But don't let that worry you. Things are never as black as they seem. You should make up your mind to get better and carry on.
You're probably right, but naturally it doesn't seem that way to me.
Is there any reason why you can't pick up the threads that were broken by your marriage and start over again?
I suppose not.
Is your position still open?
Probably, but the idea of facing all those people who know me isn't very appealing.
I didn't think it would be. How would you like to work for me?
Well, I wouldn't know how to put a bandage on anyone.
You wouldn't have to. That's my job. Yours will be taking care of the million details and pile up in the doctor's office. Is it a bargain? Shake.
Did I say anything very silly when I didn't know what I was saying, Doctor?
You said a lot of very nice things, Judith. Uh-oh. Here. Take this. Oh, you'll be up and around in a few days, Miss Avery. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning.
He is nice, isn't he?
Miss Miller, Dr. Mitchell would like to see you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dr. O'Day. I'll be glad to reciprocate. Come in.
You sent for me, Doctor?
Yes, Miss Miller. I hope you don't mind, but I've made arrangements for you to go to work for Dr. O'Day beginning next week.
Oh. You mean my work hasn't been satisfactory, Dr. Mitchell?
On the contrary, it's been very satisfactory. However, you'll have a better opportunity with Dr. O'Day. He's one of the most skillful men in his field. Besides, he'll pay you more money than you've been getting from me.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Mitchell.
It's quite all right. I'm happy to do it for you.
Dr. Mitchell's office. Just a moment, please. Your appointment is at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Mrs. Wilson. You're entirely welcome.
I can't understand what's got into the doctor lately.
In what way, Doris?
You know how pleasant and charming he usually is, even when he's dead tired. Well, he's treated the last 3 patients as if it annoyed him to take care of them.
I wonder why.
I think he's just worn out and needs a rest.
I never saw anyone drive himself like Dr. Mitchell. Why, in the 3 months I've been here, he's done enough work for a dozen men.
Yes, and he worried more about your case than any other he's ever handled. You may not know it, but the doctor thinks a lot of you.
Yes, Doctor. Yes, I will, Doctor. Mrs. Ludwig.
Yes.
Dr. Mitchell will be unable to take you today. Could you come in at 2 tomorrow?
Oh, I could. But I've waited over an hour.
I'm terribly sorry, but the doctor has an emergency operation to perform this afternoon.
Well, I suppose if I have to, that's all.
And Mr. Weatherby,
Yes, Miss Avery.
would 2:15 tomorrow be all right for you?
Suits me.
Thank you.
Come in.
You wish to see me, Doctor?
Yes, Judith. My patient's gone?
Why, of course.
I don't know what's come over me lately. I seem to have lost interest in my work.
Well, why don't you take the rest of the day off? Go to your club and have a game of golf, or take a walk in the park, or something.
Will you take a stroll in the park with me?
Why,
It's your prescription. Come on, you've got to try your own medicine.
I really shouldn't.
It'll do us both a world of good. Listen, Holbrook. You better have it now. All right, I'll send one of my collectors right over. And he won't be alone. Louis, I want you to take Hank and go over to this guy Holbrook and collect. He said he'd have it ready.
How much?
10 grand. In cash. I don't want any checks.
Wait a minute, Joe. I've been on the up and up, haven't I?
Sure, you've been behaving yourself pretty well the last few months.
How about giving me a chance? Let me go along with Louis. I realize this racket isn't so bad when you get used to it. I'll just have to even try and buck you.
And how?
Okay, get going. Never mind, Hank.
Lucky you're working for a guy like Joe instead of me.
Wanting this opportunity to talk to you
About what?
about us. Let's sit here. You see, Judith, I've been so busy trying to be a good doctor, I haven't had much time for romance. But since you've been with me, things have changed. Everything seems quite different.
But, Doctor,
Oh, not doctor. Just Craig.
Craig, I've been very happy since I came to work for you. Somehow it's made everything that occurred before seem unreal and far away. As if it had all happened to someone else. Do you see what I mean?
Yes. And I'm happy that you're being so sensible.
Judith, things can't go on this way.
I'm sorry, but they just can't. I'm in love with you, Judith.
Craig,
You like me a little, don't you?
I like you a lot.
Do you think that you could ever love me?
I can't answer that, Craig. I don't know. You see, there's still Toby.
Oh, I don't mean now. I mean, if I could have hope for someday.
It wouldn't be fair to you.
Well, it is fair. Anything's fair if it gives me hope. This bracelet belonged to my mother. Dad gave it to her when they became engaged.
It's beautiful.
I want you to wear it for me. Your doing so will give me hope. And when I see you no longer wear it, well, I'll understand.
At this moment, I almost feel as if I love you, Craig. But if it wasn't for Toby...
Peanuts, popcorn? Peanuts, popcorn? You like some peanuts, popcorn, baby?
No, thank you.
Oh, sure you do. That's part of your prescription.
How many do you want?
We'll take 2.
We're collectors from the Secure Loan and Finance Company.
Yes, yes.
I've got it for you. Right here in my desk. Not so fast. Before you open that drawer, I'll get a little closer to you. Keep it covered from this side. Okay, now open it.
I presume you brought a receipt in full?
Sure. There you are, Mr. Holbrook. Much obliged for the business.
Quite welcome.
Let's go, kid. So long, Mr. Holbrook.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
kind of shaky?
Yeah. Got a cigarette?
Sure.
Got a light?
The guy went over the fence there. You see it? Yes.
Anybody sent for the police?
Sure. Calling car 117. Car 117. Go into car 212 district and give them a hand. A murder. Looks like a gang shooting. Let's go.
Is he dead?
It looks like it. The guy that shot him jumped that fence. The cop is at him. Where'd he go?
You saw him come over the fence?
No, the wrong fellow just shot. There goes the cop.
Where?
All right, come on, get out of there. Get out of here.
Louis what? And the money? I see. We'll get all the details and hurry over here. What a blooming fool I was. What I might have known it.
Joe, did anything happen to my brother Louis?
Sorry, Smiles. Too bad it had to be him.
Who put the heat on him? The cops?
Toby Luck.
Toby Luck.
This murderer got away. All cars are warned to be on the lookout for a man answering the above description. Be careful. Don't take any chances, boys. He's armed.
lot, Craig. I've had a thrilling evening.
I'm glad you did, Judith. You've been wearing our bracelet for a long time. Aren't you ever going to make up your mind? The suspense is terrible.
I want to. Really, I do. But something inside just won't let me.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry I brought it up again. Well, good night, Judith.
Good night.
Judith.
Why, Toby.
I've been waiting for you.
For me?
Yes. Please come here a minute. I've got to talk to you.
All right.
I had to talk to you. You will listen, won't you?
Of course. What is it?
What do you want?
Why, that was Dr. Mitchell. I work for him. Why?
Are you in love with him?
I'm very fond of him.
But you don't love him. You love me, don't you?
You shouldn't ask me that.
I love you, Judith. And I always have. Well, I don't expect you to believe me after what I've done. But I didn't want to do it. I was forced to. Can't you see how I feel? I want you. I love you. And you do love me, don't you?
I don't understand. Then you didn't mean what you said about changing your mind.
You mean about loving me?
Yes.
You don't know how I suffered when I had to take that. I was innocently dragged into a mess. I was in a spot I had to lie to you. I had to do something to clear myself. You do believe me, don't you?
I want to believe you, Tony. I want so much to believe.
Judith. You do love me, don't you?
Oh, why did you have to come to me now?
Because I love you. Because I want you to go away with me. To start all over with a clean slate. Where nothing will ever come between us again.
Oh, I don't know what to say, Toby.
I've worked hard. I've saved money. I have a big job offer me in Mexico. It's a chance of a lifetime. I want you to go with me. I need you, Judith. You do want me to make good, don't you?
Of course.
Then come with me to Mexico. Give me another chance to prove to you just how much I do love you.
Oh, Toby,
But you are my wife, aren't you?
I am your wife.
Oh, you shouldn't ought to do that, Smiles. Honest, I got to cramp my trigger finger from restraining it.
Miles, I just had a run-in with Barn, Dollar, and Foy, and I want you to take care of them.
I have another little matter to take care of first.
Yeah? What is it?
Remember you promised if I ever found out where Locke went to pay him a visit.
Where is he?
Vista del Monte, Mexico.
Well, knowing how close you two kids have always been, I guess I'll have to let you go.
I knew you would. Do you mind if I take Happy along with me?
That's great, Smiles. I always did want to see how they grill those hot tamales.
You'll see plenty on this trip. Thanks, Joe. Come on, Happy.
You might as well stay on your feet, Travis. You're taking a little walk.
What do you mean, walking into my office unannounced?
Didn't the district attorney announce us? Well, that's too bad. You thought you put one over on us, didn't you, Travis? When you prevented the Avery girl from testifying. But you can't squirm out of it this time.
We've got a warrant for your arrest, Travis. You're the last of the big shots in your racket. A couple of your men got away, but we'll catch up with them.
Oh, Toby, must you?
Oh, dry up. Ever since we came here, all I've heard is don't do this, don't do that. Toby this, Toby that. Nothing but nagging. Leave me alone, will you?
I'm not just nagging you, Toby.
Well, what do you call it then?
I've merely been trying to talk things over with you quietly.
All right, get off your chair.
You said we were coming here to start a new life together. You said you had a job. You had such brilliant plans.
And I still have.
That was 3 months ago.
Well, you haven't suffered for the want of anything, have you?
No, I haven't suffered from material things. But mentally, Oh, Toby, if you didn't want me, why did you persuade me to come along with you?
I was giving you a break.
A break? Seeing you day after day drink yourself into a stupor. Watching you flirting with every little Mexican girl who visited Monday. Is that what you call a break?
Well, it's as much of a break as I've had.
If you loved me, you wouldn't talk that way.
I'll talk any way I please.
The last time we quarreled, I told you I was miserable. I told you I couldn't stand any more of it, Toby.
So what?
I refuse to take any more of your flurries of insults.
So? You thought you were kidding me. Well, you weren't. Why are you wearing the doctor's bracelet? I thought you weren't going to wear any more. What have you got down for? Answer that if you can.
I told you before, Toby. When you're in this kind of a mood, I don't want to talk about it.
Of course. Because you haven't anything to say. You and your Dr. Mitchell. If he was here, I'd fill him so full of holes he'd look like a piece of cheesecloth. Give me that bracelet.
No, I won't, Toby.
You're going to give it to me or do I have to tear it off?
Toby, please.
Well, if it ain't the little bride. You remember us, the best man, and whatever you call the guy that gives the bride away.
Why, yes, of course. Won't you come in?
Didn't I tell you we'd be welcome?
We were just going to have dinner. Will you join us?
Now you're talking my language.
Hello, Locke. Haven't much time. Got to attend to some important business.
It'll only take a moment to set places for you. Won't you sit here?
Okay.
I understand you came here on a business trip?
We're combining a hunting trip with a little business.
Sort of killing two birds with one stone.
We ain't really hunting for birds. Smiles must have read that in some almanac.
Left pretty sudden, didn't you?
I didn't have a chance to tell you fellows where I was going.
You don't seem glad to see us.
I'm just a little surprised, that's all.
Remember Louis? You sure must have surprised him about 3 months ago.
Gee, I'm crazy about surprise parties. How about you, Locke?
How about a drink to wash the dust out of your throat?
That's swell.
I have some nice tequila over there.
Don't worry about getting yours. I have mine handy.
You ain't got no liquor.
There's a package in the car. Do you mind getting it for me?
Certainly not.
Don't go, Judith.
I'll be right back.
Take your time. There's no hurry.
There's no chance of her getting hurt out there. Wait a minute. See who that is.
Senor Lucky?
See?
Grazie, senor.
Thank you.
Why, Craig. We were just talking about surprises.
Were you?
Want you to meet my husband. Toby, this is Dr. Mitchell.
I've heard a lot about you.
How do you do?
And these are two of his friends from New York. I only know them as Smiles and Happy.
I'm pleased to meet you all.
How are you, Doc?
Did you get my letter?
Well, that's why I'm here. But perhaps I better come back later.
Doc, if you and the little lady have anything to talk over, the rest of us will be glad to take a walk.
Sure. It ain't right for nobody to be around when a lady wants to talk to her doctor.
Oh, thanks, but this isn't a professional call. What I have to say concerns the lady's husband as much as it does us.
Whatever it is can wait. Come on, sit down and have a bite. After we eat, we can talk things over.
What? I don't feel just right about this.
Well, you don't understand the situation. After we eat, why, maybe you can help me out.
Please stay.
Sure. You know it ain't polite to keep folks waiting.
Very well.
That's fine. Sit right down over there.
The United States government wants Senor Toby Locke, Bedellion Crofton. Señor Locke is a Vista del Monte. Vamos.
By the way, Doc, you said you had a letter from my wife.
Toby, not now. Wait till we're alone, and I'll tell you then.
It's quite all right. I have it with me. I really think you should read it.
Let me have it.
Doc, ever have to perform a delicate operation with somebody holding a gun on you?
No. But some doctors have, you know. Racketeers trying to make a getaway by having their features altered.
Huh. Once I had a guy walk in a joint where I was eating lunch and pull his pistol on me.
What did you do?
Ha! I almost swallowed my reflex.
Well, that's nothing. I know a fellow who spent months running down the man that killed his brother. He'd sworn that if he ever located him, he'd show him no mercy.
Who was that?
But when he finally caught up with him, there were some people at the house.
What did he do?
Well, he got an idea. He figured he wouldn't be doing the man any harm if he killed him right off. He'd be doing him a favor. So he just sat there and watched him squirm and sweat in agony for 2 hours. The longer it went on, the sweeter the revenge was.
That was a cruel thing to do.
What's the matter, Lot? You look shaky.
Got a cigarette?
Sure. The killer showed no mercy to the man's brother. Right?
I've had enough of this. Keep your hands in the front of you. Stand up and face me. Come on and face me. Come on, Smiles. Get going. Sit down, Doc. Move over there. Make it snappy. Now clasp your hands in the front of you. Clasp your hands, I said. You thought you were kidding me with all your horseplay. Well, you weren't kidding me, see? Now it's your turn to look scared.
Ah, Toby, don't be so serious. He wasn't referring to you. He was only kidding. He was talking about a couple of other guys.
I'll let you all have it right now. I didn't want to join your filthy racket. But you framed me. And you know I didn't kill Marvin. And you tried to pin that on me, too. Came down here to get me. Think you had me in a spot. Now I've got you in a spot, see? And I'm not kidding. Sit down, Doc.
Toby!
I'm getting out of here. I'm getting away. But I'm taking my wife with me. Do you get that, wife guy? I'm taking her with me. Maybe you don't know, but I love her. You understand? I love her. She belongs to me. Get that, Romeo.
Just a minute, Lawson.
Shut up. I'll do the talking. Get up, Doc, and put your back against the wall. Keep your hands in front of you. You come over here, Judith, while I keep them coming. You're going with me.
I'm not going with you.
Stand back, smart guy. I told you not to make a move. Thought you had me in a spot. Well, you got fooled. Got what belongs to me in your arms, Doc. She's my wife. What would any man do if he saw his wife in another man's arms? Well, that's what I'm going to do to you.
Okay now, Doc. We both got what we want.
Judith.